Live from High Point, North Carolina, the town better known as Little Chicago, it's time for the Friday Night Gamble, featuring Matt Walsh, his co-host Raymond Brooks, the pride of Charlottesville, Virginia. Tonight's special guest is Whiskey Foxtrot. Join us for 45 minutes of fun and great music. Let's welcome our host now, the Statesville troubadour himself, Matt Walsh. Let's roll the dice.
Why don't you saddle up my pony? Hitch up my great man. Why don't you saddle up my pony? Hitch up my great man. Gonna find my rider, baby, honey, in this world somewhere. Got a big new Stetson, they've already trained. Got me a brand new Swift, already trained. Well, once you get out in the saddle, darling, tighten up on the reins. Set them Memphis women like something fit to me. Set them Memphis women like something fit to me. But you natchez women, Lord, don't you lay your hand on me. Why don't you saddle up my pony? Hitch up my great man. Why don't you saddle up my pony? Hitch up my great man. Gonna find my rider, baby, in this world somewhere. Hi, honey. How's it going? Welcome to another episode, the 11th episode of the Friday Night Gamble. I hope you're doing well. I hope you got your cold beverage, you're laid back and in the groove. Got my main man over there, the one and only hit man, Mr. Raymond Brooks. And we got tonight in the house, Whiskey Foxtrot. We got Sam Foster over here on my right, and right here beside me, Mr. Seth Williams. How you doing, fellas? Good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having us.
So how's everything been going?
Pretty good. It's been going.
It's been going. You're still here.
We're still above
Well.
ground taking the nutrients.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the show. You guys fellas been tearing it up. You know, you got a new album out, Hard Lines and Headlights.
Yep.
And I know you've been playing a lot and getting out there and doing the thing until the thing stopped.
Yeah.
So what have y'all been doing since the thing stopped?
You're looking at it pretty much.
Yeah.
Live streaming where we can and working on new material.
Getting out there and
Just trying to stay sharp.
just trying to make the most of the time you got, I guess, right now.
They can move behind closed doors, I guess. Just get stuff ready for when this thing opens back up, so we'll be ready.
Well, when it does open back up, I don't even know if we'll be able to go out then, because I don't know if you guys have heard of that. I mean, and I know a lot of y'all out there. First of all, I gotta say thank you to Kelly tonight, my girlfriend Kelly Newman. She filled in for MC Tony P, who could not join us tonight. He's working on a film project. If you're out there, Tony, I know you probably can't see us right now because you're involved in some other stuff. But you'll watch this later and see that we said hey to you. And in the audience tonight, we got Olivia, Seth's sister. And we also got our main man, Curtis Kenny, back with us. How you doing, Curtis?
In the house.
Good to have you down, man.
Hitman.
It's always good to see you. I mean, nothing but a good time when Curtis comes and joins the party.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, what I was talking about was, I don't know if we'll be able to go back out or not because there's a new threat besides this coronavirus thing. And a lot of people aren't talking about it. You know, the media is not saying anything about it. But I've had a lot of people hit me up on Facebook, since I've been kind of trying to expose the whole thing about this thing that, you know what I saw in the sky last week. There's a big creature out there, y'all. And if this thing, if it gets any worse, we may not be going back due to that. So I don't know. If anybody's seen the creature, feel free to comment. Nobody's going to ridicule you or laugh at you or anything like that. In fact, I didn't tell you, Ray, but next week we got a paranormal expert coming on the show to get to the bottom of this whole damn thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, what are you drinking on over there?
Some Club Tail Sunny Margarita.
Somebody outside turned on to the damn Club Tail. Talk about now. We got another Club Tail
Big Brother
initiative.
Curtis.
Yes,
Yeah.
Club Tail fan.
Turn Big Brother Curtis on that Club. What do you think, Curtis?
Club
Talk
Tail
about
fan
it.
is
Talk about it.
awesome.
Y'all, we're trying to get a Club Tail sponsorship for the show. So Club Tail, corporate, if you're watching, we're gonna tag you, and we want some of this stuff sent to the house. I'm sick of going up here to the roof and trying to lay down money for it. I want Club Tail sent to the house. We'll give you a shout out, all that good stuff. Anyway, back to our guest. So Sam, I guess we're gonna have to do these questions until, first of all, the first thing is, how the hell did you ever get started in this mess, man?
Well, me personally, or us together? Or
You.
me? I grew up, I'd always liked the idea of a guitar. I wanted to play guitar ever since probably I was 4 or 5 years old. And I took lessons when I was around 8 that we take. But my parents always played records.
They never do take if you're serious about it.
Yeah, right. But my parents, my dad loved to play Yoakum and Bruce Springsteen and Doc Watson.
Yes.
And so I grew up listening to all that, and music's always been a part of my life.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I was about 11 or 12, I picked up the guitar.
You did pick up the guitar.
And took lessons for a while, and that just turned into a songwriting session with my teacher.
Yeah.
After he taught me the cowboy chords, he didn't teach me much theory. I was like, I just want to write songs.
Yeah. So you were writing songs back then
Yeah,
when you were really young.
yeah. They weren't much to speak of, but they were songs.
Well, there ain't much you can write about when you're 11 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah,
It's
right.
gonna be good to speak of.
Yeah.
But so then what got you out playing live in front of people?
I'd always tried to do, I'd always wanted to thought all about playing in front of people and never knew how. I did open mics and stuff in
Yeah.
high school.
Sure.
But then when I just graduated high school, and I was really serious about trying to figure out how to play the bars. There was some, near the house. And I met James Vincent Carroll after I'd set up my first show, and he really took me under his wing and showed me how to do it, showed me, introduced me to people, just how to be professional performers. I met him at the same time I found another local band who was touring on a national level, and I started following them, became a fan of their music.
And who were they?
American Aquarium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. I did a festival with them
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah. I found them, and they were to me, the blueprint of how some kid from small town North Carolina
Can do this.
Can do it.
Right. Well, hell yeah. What about you, Seth?
Almost kind of the same story. I was taking lessons at around maybe 6 or 7.
Oh, wow.
And it
You've
didn't
been
take.
yeah.
Yeah, and I had piano lessons before that, and it didn't take.
If I was teaching you when you were 6 or 7, it probably wouldn't take either.
Yeah, right.
Because everybody that's ever given a guitar lesson knows
Yeah.
that you like dealing with cats that are got a little bit under the belt, but you get these calls and like, well,
I bought my grandson a guitar.
little
and
Robert got a guitar for his birthday, and he's like 7, and he's scared of people, and very skittish. Anyway, so you got one, and you went and took lessons. They didn't take.
Yeah, they didn't take, and like I was memorizing or trying to memorize notes and stuff, and reading music and piano lessons for that. Don't even remember any of that.
Right.
But my dad always had some. He didn't play, but there was this 3-stand style guitar rack in the house. It was a Yamaha, a Washburn, and then my first guitar I was taking lessons on. And then one day I was just like, well, I think I'm just going to kind of start playing on it because I got what's called a canjo.
What is a canjo?
It's like a tobacco stick with some metal in there for frets, and then that string goes through the can.
Yeah.
It's nailed on both sides.
Well, if you live out in the country long enough and you got anything to do, you make a house a guitar. You know, they used to do that. You know, to tie the string on the side of your house, and you get 2 Coke bottles and ram them up on one side and on the other side.
Yeah, and the broomstick on the wash bucket and you pull it for the tension.
We were talking about that the other night. Kelly and we were talking about. She said, "Well, what's a washed up bass?" I said, "Oh man, when we were like 17, 18 years old, we made a ton of them, you know, and none of them worked. You know what I mean? None of them worked. You sit there and pull the damn thing back and try to find a damn note.
Yeah, it's like fishing half the time. You don't kiss nothing.
Exactly. Well put. So that's a good analogy.
So, but the can wound up getting crushed, so I had to revert to 6 strings. I was like, well, if I'm decent on one, because I remember the old guy that gave it to me, he gave me this number thing, and it was how to play Happy Birthday, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Right,
I didn't
Tablature kind of thing.
Right, I didn't know what I was doing,
Right.
but it made noise, and it made the right noises. And then picked up a guitar, because I had free time on my hands, started homeschooling, and so
So you're homeschooled.
Yeah, we're both.
Y'all are both.
Yeah,
I got kicked out.
Yeah, you got kicked out.
Okay.
I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, I was a watcher.
So you got that rebel thing already going.
Yeah.
I hear you. That's not bad.
With that being said, what advice would you give for folks who wants to get into playing acoustic or doing what you did? What advice would you give?
That's great.
Well, if you want to try something, if you hear a song on the radio or you've heard a song before that you really like and you want to try it, don't say to yourself, well, I can't do that because I'm just starting out. The thing is to take in everything, and when you don't know, so just go and try to learn anything and everything. And
But you'll come across somebody that's on the same level as you are.
yeah.
And that's a goal that's way more achievable than, hearing Jimi Hendrix play and say, oh, I want to do that, but I can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right, yeah.
Which kind of sounds like how y'all met.
Sort of, kind of,
Is
yeah.
it kind of?
Yeah, he
Is
knew
that
how to
how-
play a D chord, and I knew how to play an A chord.
Well, there you go. Hell yeah, fellas. You're doing better than most.
But no, we were kind of doing the same thing. Just doing what we had, bar gigs and some other stuff going on, solo stuff. And we were like, well, I like their songwriting, and he likes my songwriting.
So y'all been friends before? I mean, when did y'all meet? How did y'all
We
meet?
met-
How did this whole thing start? Whiskey
We
Foxtrot.
met 5 years ago this fall.
Really?
A friend of ours had set up a songwriter night. It was Seth and I and a couple other people we were playing. And so we met and always just tried to keep in touch. We'd end up being on some of the same bills.
Because y'all were doing the same thing, writing
Exactly.
songs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Both
Just
writing
trying
songs.
to get the ball rolling in a way, and I don't know. I guess we both had an idea of what we wanted to do, but it was just like, man, wherever this thing takes us.
Because it's
that's
hard
where
when
we're
you're getting
gonna
out of the gate, especially if you're writing music, to find other musicians that are going to take that chance with you. And they're or even into that whole kind of way of thinking of, hey, I'm not going to play a bunch of cover songs. I might play a couple, that's fine, but I don't really want to write something and make something my own.
Exactly.
And most folks don't want to take that leap. It's a lot safer to go out and play with somebody who knows, especially if you're playing in bars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
because that first little while, those are the songs that puts the food on the table and the gas in the
Sure.
truck. And then there's this point, and it's like, all right, I'm going to jump. Here we go. And you start taking out those Bob Seger / whatever big pop 40 top 40 stuff.
hit 'em
out.
with a surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's original.
Exactly. Thank you.
Because when you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan, his song was actually original, at one time. So
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when did y'all get together? When did y'all start this thing? You didn't start out as a band, you started out as a kind of a duo, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it got to where because I'm not never felt that comfortable as a lead player, and I've just always liked Seth's
Oh,
play.
come on, get out of here. You're down there doing steel licks and bends.
That was
They
all
sound good. They sound good.
But
Sound
we,
real good.
but because we were so like-minded, like we just show up at each other's shows and be like, hey man, you want to come play?
Yeah.
And it was fun, and so I'd call him and Seth and be like, hey man, I've got some shows this weekend, you want to come play? And he'd do the same thing. It's like, yeah, I'm playing Sunday night at wherever, come join.
Come check it out.
And finally, it got to the point where we were just doing that all the time.
Right.
We had one bar in particular in Winston that, like, we just played there all month. It was just us.
I knew that the staff was sick of us by like the third show.
You look at the list, it was like Sam Foster, Seth Williams, James Vincent Carroll, or Doug Davis, or somebody. But like I had so many shows booked, and Seth had so many shows booked, but it was just us for like a solid month.
Right.
And then we're like, well, we might as well make it Facebook official. And
So what happened when y'all went out? When you're playing, you're getting your start, you're trying to get a band started and everything. What was it like playing your original music for places that probably ain't used to having original music?
Nobody likes to pay attention, and that's cool, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But eventually, you find the people that want you.
Right.
And every time you might play one of those top 40 songs in there and grab a few people, but you'll be surprised to find you do it long enough. There's people out there that want to hear that original music, and there's just a craving for it. So, and especially
And I've heard people, over the years say, I've tried to play original music in a bar and it just didn't work. I just quit. I quit. And I think I think you're on to something when you say that. You really are. Persistence, man. If you got something good, eventually somebody's gonna come around to hear it. You know what I'm saying? We played in a bar in where was that? Damn, it was in some little tiny ass town. We probably never ended up playing in. We just were there by chance a couple years ago, and somebody said to me at the break, it said, "Oh man, I love those songs, man. You play classic rock and all that stuff. But some of the songs I know them, but I don't know who wrote them." And I said, "Well, I wrote them all."
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? But I guess my point is that if you can write things that are relevant, not so much what's going on today, it's just time, I guess not so much relevant, but if you can find that little thing where things are timeless,
Yeah.
where people have like, oh, they've heard a little something of that before,
Yeah.
but it might remind them, and a lot of musicians get offended when somebody comes up, especially songwriters, say, well, you guys remind me of the Doors, or you guys remind me of, but they don't know that, hey, that's a Martin D18 and it makes that noise. They don't know.
Yeah,
that.
they don't know that.
And that's a compliment because that's all they got to go off of is what they've heard. But if they can relate it to what so it sounds like that's what y'all have done because y'all have gotten a lot of traction, man.
And some, it's here recently, some people have said, it's like, hey, y'all sound like the Drive-By Truckers, and it's like, and that's a newer band, but those fans are dedicated to that band. If those fans do
They
what
might be
we're doing,
dedicated to you.
right? Exactly. So that's I don't take no offense to whether we sound
Fantastic.
like this, that, or the other. It's like, well, that's awesome. We must be doing something right.
Exactly.
Your taste in music is our taste in music.
Exactly.
So,
You like what we like.
yeah.
What you got here, man?
What instrument would you play if you didn't play the instrument that you play now?
Y'all play any other instruments?
If it's got strings, I can fiddle with it a little
I
bit and
can
figure something out.
I
But
can. That's always been my
guitar. Like it's all.
Probably piano for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I can mess around with bass and just get root notes. And I really think, if we were in a pinch and I needed to play drums and sing for the band, then I could. Most people don't think that. Try.
Okay.
That's right.
But no, piano would be the one that I'd love to play.
Okay.
Man,
Well,
just a different
let's try y'all right now, and first of all, have a team drink. If you're out there looking in, we got a good show tonight. We got some good music on
Solid
here,
players.
and these fellas, I don't know if they drink or not. I offered them a couple beer. They said no. They might be the cleanest damn outlaws I've seen. But that's all right because me and Ray,
in the back pocket.
they got switchblades in the back pocket, and me and Ray and Curtis got enough club tail to make up for it. So here's to you. Let's do a team drink. Here's to you, Hitman. Here's to y'all.
I like it.
So what you got? Let's do this one.
Well,
We're gonna open up with a brand spanking new one.
A brand new one?
Absolutely.
Is this on record or on
It's
your record?
not on record yet.
Okay, so this is something you've all been fiddling around with since.
The rest of the band hadn't even played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man, so they first.
Yeah, they've heard it, but you know we hadn't really worked it up with them yet. But
All right, fellas, take notes. You're gonna have to play this at the next practice, all right?
Brand.
And we expect you to get it right because you got a damn whatever. Go ahead, get it, fellas.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bobby got his 400 back in his TA for the stroke. Said he's looking for me. She's got the track bar on the lower and she's looking just right. Guess I know what I'm doing tonight. When I'm in a mountain flat rock around 9 o'clock, that bird was pounding the ground pretty good. While his girlfriend Charlene flashed by and dumped the clutch and I ran out of sight. I guess that's what you do around here in a town you can't drive away from. Oh, I won't give you hell, but just ain't enough. Some people quit trying, but I ain't ever giving up. I hope I drive so fast that I'll become the unlucky one.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah. Coming home from work, I saw a for sale sign in Bobby's TA. Got Charlene pregnant and he's selling what he can, which is pretty much everything. His grandpa's guitar, some pocket watches he gave, picked up another shift at the factory. Bought a house on the flat rock, 5 miles out of town. Moving in a week from today. This is what you do around here in the town you can't drive away from. Oh, I'll give you hell, but just ain't enough. Some people quit trying, but I ain't ever giving up. I drive so fast that I'll become the unlucky one. Pulling off a flat rock, a trailer and truck on the back was Bobby's TA. I hit the interstate doing 70, and I ain't looking back again.
man, that's fantastic.
Thanks.
I really like that. That's some great chords, man. Fantastic.
Like the changes in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And that was actually pieces and scrap parts from another song that I didn't like. And so I was like, man, I just don't, I'm not So I don't know what hit me one night. I just started writing some words. I was like, I got this riff. Let me see if it works. And just happened to phrase and everything fit right in. Some little tweaks and little things here and there. And
That sounds funny how songwriting works like that. One time I had a song on my album, Life After Rock and Roll, called 45 and Cut. And I put the song out 2017, but I was carrying that around with me for about 4 or 5 years, 45 in the cut. And you never think to where I heard that. I was watching back when Sons of Anarchy was on, and I heard one of the guys said something about a 45 in the cut. You know what a cut is? That's like the rock, the biker vest. It's like, well, you got a cut on right. You got a cut on right now. Except you don't have a rocker on the back of it to where some damn biker gang will come and get your head and probably take Seth down too. But anyway, I heard that song. It's 45 and cut. I wrote it down. I thought that's kind of catchy, even if you don't know what a cut is. And for years I thought, man, what could I put that to? What could I put it to? Could never find anything. Till one day I was riding down the road on the way to a gig and I saw a billboard that said Primo Furniture. And I don't know what it was about Primo Furniture that related with 45 in the cut.
right.
But I got to the gig and wrote the song in like 5 minutes. Had it for 5 years, ain't been able to do nothing with it but some damn tacky little billboard furniture sign.
That was the first song I learned.
Yeah, that was the first one we did right up here in the attic. When the attic used to be not a sound stage,
Exactly.
but
Man, you're good at that, riding home and writing songs.
Yeah, that happened earlier this week. I was driving.
it's deadly.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sitting on the side of 40 in Great Springs.
Right, you got to.
That's what I'm happy for talking text. Just start rattling off words.
Yeah, you don't sound like you have a mouthful.
Yeah, Siri doesn't understand backwards.
So how many other songs have you guys been writing since you've been on the break?
Man, you have been on a roll.
Yeah, I've been trying them out the last couple of months.
Yeah.
I went there. I thought when everything shut down, I was like, oh great, I'm gonna have all this time to work and write. Between March and May, like nothing happened, and then all of a sudden, like
The floodgates.
it just opened. We made at least 1 or 2 for the last couple of months.
Is that how you kind of operate? You sit down to write, or do you just have them come to you?
Usually it just comes to me.
Right, that's the best kind.
If I sit down and make myself try and write, I end up hating it.
Charles Bukowski said, great writer. I always took this to heart. If you have to sit down to write, you ain't a goddamn writer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, been writing new song. Ray, what you got?
Well, who y'all listening to in the cars or when you play the radio?
Yeah, that's a good one. Who y'all listen to this week? This week.
This week. You go ahead first.
This week?
I gotta think.
I have been listening to a lot of Will Clinton this week.
Okay.
Yes.
I make these little Spotify playlists on my phone, like, cause you get to, I got like 1 billion like songs now on my thing, so I don't know what will pop up. And I was like, well, let me just make the most obscure from the most random thing I listen to what's right in my vein of music. And so it's anything on that thing from Kurt Vile all the way to like Temptations is on there. So it's like and then there's a bluegrass guy I've been getting into, not Billy Strings, is another guy that's an older band. Oh, and I love Mountain Park. They're on there. It's a bluegrass band. So it's just like it's a random.
I'm glad you said Kurt Vile because I could not remember that name. And there's a song my old buddy Austin used to play by him that I gotta find. I've been looking for it. I think that's who it was by. It was Kurt Vile.
If it's out there, if it sounds like, if it feels like you're on drugs listening to
Yeah,
it, it's
it
definitely
did.
It's definitely him. That's for sure. That's his style.
Yeah, because it's a song. It just kind of goes on and on, but it's great, man. I mean, the vibe of it.
Yeah, it's not like a Grateful Dead, like just tripping out.
No,
and
it's not
chilling.
it's
Listen,
not
it's
a-
like you're in it. It's like you got this tunnel vision of what he's talking about and
Exactly.
the whole feel of it. That's what I dig about him.
So who are, for each of you, who is a musician that y'all know besides yourselves that should be famous? That's
That's
nice.
a good question.
Clay Howard.
Who's he?
Clay Howard. He's another local musician. I think he's from Kernersville.
Is it? Okay. How you doing, Clay?
But
You out there?
He's got a voice that's just like it sounds like he would have been famous,
Right.
20 some years ago. And he should have been. He just He's a great rider.
And local guy, you said.
All around great guy. And he just, you look at him and hear him sing, it's just like, why is this guy still here?
Well, every time I get up in the morning, I go look in the mirror and ask myself that question. Why the hell am I still here? But anyway, Seth?
I think our boys over at Crenshaw Pentecostal, they got some, when I first heard them, when we started hooking up with them and getting into some stuff, I was like, man, there's no way that these guys are just right here at that door.
Now, they're called what now?
Crenshaw Pentecostal.
What kind of music?
They're about in our same vein. But we
Like
had
if Tom Petty
yeah.
fronted the Replacements.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just incredible.
You guys done shows with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Them with the band cat and where is it?
I think that's the only place we played with them finally.
Right.
But we've been seeing it.
We'll talk about the new album, Hard Lines and Headlights. I've listened to a couple tracks, and I mean, it's fantastic. And it was fantastic and good music. So the one song I've been advertising, that we advertised on the clip this week, for the Gamble, really enjoyed that one. I can't remember what the name of it was, but turn on the headlights.
Turn off the headlights.
Turn off the headlights. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
That was on him.
That was Seth. Okay,
Yeah.
for some reason, I felt like that was your song when I watched it. It kind of just felt like it was your song. So
Right.
you know.
Well, thank you.
Do y'all feel like is that when you hear a Whiskey Foxtrot can you say, well, I think Seth wrote that one, or I think Sam wrote that one, or do y'all share it together? How does it work? I mean, do y'all come up with them individually? Do y'all write them together?
Yeah, usually we write individually.
And just come, so somebody will have the lyrics and
Right.
and come in and just fill it in.
Because the kind of idea of whoever it's we're both songwriters, so it's the goal, or I guess the idea is it's two songwriters. What can they do with the same group of guys?
Right.
So when Sam's got his own style of writing and his own style of phrasing and chords and stuff, and then I got all that.
So that's what I was
too.
wondering. Can you tell if like it's because
Right.
the way y'all write? Yeah.
And being that it's the same guys, it's all of us together, but it's like, all right, this is this guy's story, and this is this
Right,
guy's story,
right.
and so you can kind of tell a little bit, but I think sometimes it crosses over a
Yeah,
little bit.
and we each
It's
have
hard to-
we each have different quirks that, like, especially if you're a music person, you kind of know. Oh, this is a Seth song. But Seth's really into using weird timing and not counting.
Yeah. I just think, oh, that riff's cool, and it's like, oh, it goes from this, that, and the other to this timing to four, what?
And I'm really guilty of using the one walk down to a six.
Right.
I've used that. Like,
So for you writing songs, what comes first, music or words?
usually it's words.
Really?
I'll have a line that'll hit me, kind of like the 45.
Right, and the same thing, right.
It'll float around, and usually I hear a melody with it.
Right. But do you ever sit down and write the words first, the whole song?
No,
just
not
always
usually.
okay.
It's
yeah.
usually kind of simultaneous.
Right,
They're
kind
kind
of
of coming together.
How about you, Seth?
About the same thing, it's weird. It's almost like that thing with the billboard you said. You'll see
Right.
something.
You'll see something that triggers.
It'll be a phrase. It'll be certain words, or like, and that's why if you're a songwriter and you're looking for an angle or something, just always be paying attention because you never know. Because for me, it could be in a conversation or just riding down the road or whatever. And I'm noodling on the guitar all the time and come up with these
That's
little melodies.
right.
So then you'll see that phrase and then you'll start doing it to that melody and you're humming and making up little words and sounds in between. I like that. And I need that. And then that's, if you're lucky, if you get some piece of paper or sit down and have a clear head for a second, that's usually when the floodgates open for me. It's just like that ball starts flowing.
What are your pet peeves as far as what you do and coming up with the
They're prepared for this one.
They're prepared for that
They came prepared on this one. Hold on.
So pet peeves, like when we're writing.
just in music.
Music.
On music, learning the music, playing with other musicians, how you learn the music.
I think one of the pet peeves is when you feel creative and you're like, and you're not necessarily like, oh, I haven't written a song in a while, so I need to. But it's just like when you have that creative juice, but then nothing's coming. You just got. It's when it doesn't come natural, like we were saying, and you gotta force it. That's the thing, because I'll get in those kind of moods all the time, where it's just you're laying back on a Sunday afternoon or whatever, and you're chilling, and it's just like you got all this stuff just like a hurricane in your mind, just all music you've listened to, things that, especially when you got this guy right here churning out songs. It's like, man, I like that song, I like this, I like that. It's like, man, I want to be creative, but I don't have, there's no gas in the tank, I can't go nowhere. So,
I guess sometimes you want to be patient, make sure it's right. And if you got something, you better get it.
exactly, you better jump on.
So
I have the opposite problem. I intentionally keep myself from writing
Wow. I
because once I start, it just.
that's a good thing.
It's been a good thing for me, but it can be a crazy thing too. Like that set Life After Rock and Roll. Hell, we wrote 27. I wrote 27 songs for it. And it was like at some point, man, you just got to turn off the cap here because we'll never make an album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I never sit down and like write. I mean, it's gotten to be now that if I'm going to. I mean, I used to write songs all the time, but lately I just. Like the last time I went and did a recording session for an album, I waited till I had to do the album. Just sat down and had the confidence that I'll just turn on the faucet and it'll come on.
See, I wish I was like that. That's one of my pet peeves. Why can't I be you right now?
That's a great problem to have.
So what's your pet peeves as far as this stuff goes?
I don't like
I like that little thing you put in there. Yeah, it's good.
I don't know. Pet peeves that I do or anyone does.
Just any.
Well, let's say if you
just,
play with a musician, you got a musician who's going to play with y'all, and they do something like, oh, God. Really?
or just about the whole anything.
Yeah, it's not musically so much, but like punctuality is a huge thing. Like if you're showing up to play with somebody new, whether you're practicing or you're showing up at a gig, or there's multi-band bills and somebody's late, and now that's thrown off the whole evening. To me, that's a big thing.
And I know you guys have been on multi-bill things, and I have too. And there's always that thing of, and folks, y'all don't know this because y'all just come to the show and hang out and drink your drink and
Have a good time like you're supposed to.
Yeah, go out like you're supposed to. But there's this crazy shit among musicians. Not myself. I don't give a damn when I play. But there's always that thing that like, who's going to go first and who's going to go last? Well, they got more time. And you got the guys that go up there and they try to play 10 minutes over. And it's like, man, if you just go up there, and young musicians, if you watch them, just go up there and play whatever order they give you. It don't matter. It don't matter. Just go up there, but play your time and be respectful to the guy that's coming up after you. Keep in mind, you've got equipment to get off the stage. Give yourself a little time.
Especially the drummers.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because some drummers are funny. It's like, no, man, you can't play my kit. It's like, man, it'd be so simple if we could just hop up there and just. But I get it. It's not my instrument. It's not my. It's not my call.
Let's do another team drink, and I want to hear another damn song. If you got some more of them, like that first one, that's some good stuff.
I don't know if they're going to be that good.
Well,
Oh, come on, then.
here's to y'all. If you got a friend, if you got a family member, if you got that guy or chick, maybe a girl you ain't talked to in a long time, a guy you ain't talked to in a long time, that's an ex, but they might like this stuff. They might give you a reason just to break the ice and call them again. You might not want to call them again, but let them know about the Friday Night Gamble. Here's to you. Fellas, rock us off one. What key is it in?
We're going to be an A.
Hey, all right.
I don't know if it's major or minor.
Well, I guess we'll just we'll figure it out somewhere along the way. Sorry, bud.
It's all good.
Well, I guess I should call when the wheels touch down. I just had to get away. Then I feel solid
home and get my drum set.
Oh, come on.
Let's do it.
I think we got room.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
I
working
got a
on
small one. That was a
Well,
small set.
You got you do so much with what you got over there.
You got the Toys R Us special.
He could play one.
I bet
He could play one and make it sound damn good too. I'm sure.
And I heard that the signature Chuck Cotton lick. You know.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
When Chuck came on the show, if you're out there watching Chuck,
Hey Chuck.
and Chucky and Brandon. But anyway, you know, when I first got with Ray, I said the first couple times we played, I said, "Do you know Chuck Cotton?" And he said, "No, I have no idea who Chuck Cotton is." I said, "Well, y'all, at least when they played blues, played a lot of the similar kind of stuff." And you know, I mean, when they got together, Chuck came on the show, and when y'all got together, man, y'all were like birds of a feather.
My life was complete.
I hate
percussion.
Piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
I hate it because the end of the show, you and Chuck did a drum off kind of thing, and we cut it too soon because there was a miscommunication with the technical stuff.
You weren't even paying attention.
Y'all are like up here at like 1 o'clock in the morning, still rolling.
We gotta get Chuck back on because Chuck was one of the best episodes we had. I mean, Chuck had a wealth of information. He was like a two-part guest. You gotta have a two-part episode with Chuck.
Yeah. Chuck played the 1 and the 3s. I played the 2 and the 4s. They all go together.
When I was young and y'all's age, Chuck was a very, very important person to me because he was always so kind to me. And I was in a lot of situations sometimes that were, you know, a little above my plane and my experience. But Chuck would always say, "Hey, just come back, just, you know, give me a little pep talk. Say, do this, do that. You know, you just, you know, just a fantastic person. We got to have him back on the show. Chuck, we got to have him back. Well, listen, we do this thing. I don't know if y'all dance. I didn't dance before this show.
Oh no.
But,
I ain't got the right boots on.
Well, you don't have to dance. You don't
I
have
want
to
to see your
dance.
boots. I want to see your boots.
We don't have to dance, but we do it. And I used to use music as an excuse not to dance. People, girls say, "Well, do you want to dance?" I said, "Well, I play the music. I don't dance. I play the music for the people that dance."
That's not an excuse.
But I dumped that shit when the show started because we figured out we're gonna have to do some dancing on here. It's a variety show. We have all kinds of
You
stuff.
got the twerking and everything.
Well, they like it. Well,
What
you
kind of
know.
things go up in this room?
I did
man?
something, man.
So what are you trying to say here, man?
I'm just saying.
You
I
trying
ain't
to
say nothing.
you
I'm
trying to
just
say
saying.
that I got the edge on the twerking? You trying to give me like a leg up?
Man, you keep the show going with the twerk.
But the twerk, so you think the twerk's better than your twerk?
Oh yes, by far.
You kidding me?
Well, what do people say?
Well, the people say you're better at it.
I don't see it.
Well, I've been working on my twerk game pretty strong with it.
I know.
I brought, I told Kimmy
I can tell.
I bought the instructional video.
Mm-hmm.
And
They got that at Walmart now?
not they don't have the Walmart. You got to order off the dark,
Oh man, the deep dark web.
the deep dark web. You have
Black
to get it.
market.
Yeah, there's a black market that's got a twerk video that's out of this world, and
Shit ain't Christian.
well, it ain't Christian. It ain't not Christian. It don't say.
Working for Jesus.
At least that's right. At least it didn't say twerking for Jesus on the cover. I don't know. It may be Christian. I don't know if it is or not. But man, they got some methods in there and some split twerk. I'm working on that right now. So split twerk. That's where you do a split. And then you come up twerking, and you go down again and split and come up twerk. I saw Prince do it on Purple Rain tour back when the first concert when I was 9 years old. No, I did see at that concert at Purple Rain. That was my first concert. It was Purple Rain tour. Yeah, man. That's what. Well, when I was a little kid, the first shit I can remember was Sha Na Na. We used to put grill cream. My granddad put a little grill cream in there, a little dab to do you, and I sing in the vacuum cleaner hose. But then I found Prince about 8 or 9 years old, man. Blew my mind. I mean, I got pictures of I don't have pictures. My family does. I had the leather pants, and tennis racket guitar, and everything. But man, I remember when I saw Prince, he did that purple. He did like 20 splits in a circle, like simultaneously. Blew my mind, man. So anyway, we're gonna blow your mind. I said I was gonna do Allman Brothers live at the Fillmore as our album of the week.
Before you do that, man, can we guess how many damn picks in that jar?
Well, we can. I didn't even know I was giving away anything this week. What am I going to give away?
Just see who's going to guess it.
What am I going to give? What can we give away?
We'll put their name out there.
Maybe we give them a werewolf puppy call.
Okay. Maybe a werewolf.
No, we can't do that. Buddy Hartley's not here. I tell you what, we'll give another copy of the Friday Night Gamble. I mean, not the Midnight Strain, my album, my last album. We'll send it out to you if you can guess how many, Curtis, how many what?
Picks.
How many what?
Picks in the jar.
Damn picks are in the jar.
Damn picks in the jar.
How many did so how many do you think are in there? How many did you put in there this week?
At least 2.
Everybody thinks I put I put the picks in the jar, but you're wrong, because Hitman puts the picks in the jar. I don't know where you come up with all these
messing around with
guitar picks. I don't know where he comes up. Probably that right there. I think he uses it for percussion. Exactly.
I'm starting to feel.
So how many y'all think are in there? 2, 3.
I always go with 45.
That's what everybody stays in the 40s. I don't know what I don't know what where the memo went out to the general public that the picks are always going to be in the 40s.
32. Okay.
All right. So
I'm going to say 52.
52.
I'm going with 68.
68?
Yep.
I'm going to say I don't give a damn. I got a club tail.
37 and a half.
37.
So anyway, if you can guess how many damn picks in the jar, I'll send you a copy of my album, Midnight Strain. But speaking of albums, I was going to play the Allman Brothers live at the Fillmore, and then halfway through the week, this studio up here eats things. And Tony P, if you're watching, he's the man that came up and realized that in the first place. I can't find the Allman Brothers record anywhere. But I found this album online and ordered it this week, the first of the week, so I thought we'd just do this instead. And this is an album that I had on tape. I don't think it was under Big Joe Williams. It was under, I think, Sonny Terry and Lightning Hopkins, is who the album was under. This one they call Big Joe Williams with Lightning Hopkins and Brownie and Sonny. And this is called Blues Bash, but I think they must have recorded this on a lot of different, compilations or whatever. But we're going to get down to this one because, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, we played their album on here a couple weeks ago. And that's fantastic music. They're both North Carolina guys. And then you put them with Lightning Hopkins and Big Joe Williams. Now, here's a funny story. I heard one time, I think Bob Margolin told me this story. Muddy Waters used to play with Big Joe Williams, right? And Big Joe Williams fired him. Now, why the hell are you going to fire Muddy Waters? Because he was getting all the pussy. All right, so we're going to start. All right, I got this one queued up. This is like a gospel number, I think, if it's the one I'm in. So we're going to do a little. Yeah. All right. We ain't got Tony, so we probably going to get low a little bit here.
I just threw up my back, so this is all I can do.
We're kind of tight in here tonight, y'all. Up on the show.
Let's see that video in action.
Well, I'm telling you something. It's gospel music.
Right.
My twerking video, they said it ain't Christian. But
Right.
yeah, watch this. This is the one leg. Watch this.
Man, I think I need to be drunk for this. I think we all need to be drunk for this.
This you can't unsee.
I know now. Does your brain have a delete button?
Don't be breathing hard, man. Don't be breathing hard.
Yeah,
Let it stop. Let it stop. Man, he dry.
I wouldn't last long in church, y'all.
Come on now. We've been
He
practicing 8 weeks.
Ray.
We've been practicing hard.
But Ray, the air quality today, Ray,
Man.
it's bad, man.
I threw out
It's
my
bad.
back.
I'm asthmatic. That's my excuse. I'm asthmatic. Curtis Kenny knows. He's trying. He's had to pick me.
He always breathing hard. It's either him or Rolly. I can't tell.
Look. If you were the king of twerk, you'd be breathing hard too.
What the people say.
Breathing hard too.
What the people say.
What are the people out there saying? We ain't got Tony P tonight. I think they're saying, Matt Walsh, you twerk like no other. You need to make your own twerk instructional video. I think it's probably time I start making my own.
You know what? You could come out with VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing that.
And then
That's
the
great.
cover will be a picture of you in a circle with a line through it.
With a werewolf coming out of my ass. All right. So you guys got some. If we only had a delete button for our mind, like you said. So you guys got some new band members, right?
Yeah.
You
got
kind of redefine this whole
We
thing.
stole one. We
Yeah,
bought
we
him at Walmart. He's brand new.
Yeah.
Where the hell they know what aisle's that on? Where you get them?
You got to get those in the fishing section.
Fishing.
I thought it was in the paddle wheels.
Well, the manager said he was there, but when I went to the fishing section, I found
A
him.
misplaced item.
Yes. I wasn't in the fishing section
Team
for
Green.
no other reason that you need to know of. But I found him. Anyway, what's
Club
the
Tales, if you're watching, you got 2 dedicated drinkers out here. We'd like you to send us a little something. I can give you my address. Contact me. IM me, whatever, right here on Facebook. I know you're watching Club Tales. We love this son. Curtis, talk about that Sunny Margarita.
Oh, that's Sunny Margarita. Hit the spot.
Yeah, that's right. And
That's life.
that's life.
This stuff will make you twerk better.
It's twerk.
You just saw the proof.
It's twerk fuel.
Twerk fuel.
We could advertise it as twerk fuel.
It elevated your twerk game by 76%.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He's a numbers guy. I like that.
So you got who's the new band guy?
Jacob Kuhn.
And what's he play?
He plays drums.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
At least
So-
that's what we were told.
Yeah.
So now you cut down from a 5-piece to a 4-piece, right?
That's correct.
Okay. You got your same bass player still?
Yep.
And your bass player, his name is?
Brad Cardell.
Okay, how'd y'all meet up?
Craigslist. That's no joke.
That's no joke.
Dude,
Yeah.
listen, I know it's no joke. That's how me and Austin met, was on Craigslist.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
On Craigslist. You know, and that's some crazy stuff, man. I mean,
I know.
you might run into you don't know when you go into their house if they're a serial killer or a pervert.
Yeah.
Hit or miss.
I mean,
Either one.
all we were looking for
And we
was
wound
a
up with
dancer
both.
for his birthday, and we wound up with Brad. I don't know how that happened, but I mean, he saw the wanted ad and he responded. And
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear a Whiskey Foxtrot song with just y'all. Just what y'all do by yourselves. Back in the day before the band came about,
Ooh,
I want to just hear you sing one too, Seth.
let's see. Well, we got one that's on the album that we actually play. It's just me and him together.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's,
So that's just on the album. It's just you and him.
It's just me and him. Yeah. In fact,
Fantastic.
that was the idea. We were like, we got all these full band songs, but let's take it back to
Where
where
it
we
started.
started and,
Yeah.
and the roots.
Very cool, man.
But this one's called El Camino.
All right.
Lord made me into a bird so I can fly away. Made me into a bronco so I can run through the wide Kentucky hills. Made me into an El Camino, best of both worlds, all my troubles away. 454 El Bronchiente, positive traction in the rear. Let me get out of here. Play me a chrome, roll me on a Kenworth, and make the highway my home. Jake break me a song. Hitch me to a train, watch it come in the rain. That slow patrol try to stay in my own lane.
Yes, sir.
Just like that sun roll gauge, I'm big old break. Running so fast that I up in the secret. Fade away in the you expect me to stay that long? Boy, feet get the kitchen, heart starts thumping and a break the chain again. Wind up in out there in a ditch in a bar, somewhere beneath the desert stars. What I'm running from finally catches up and kills me. Oh, and sending me back to you. I tell you what you can do. Lay me in chrome and bolt me on a Kenwood. Make the highway my home. Pitch a break beat song. Hitch me to the train, rush me down to the rain.
Yeah.
As I smoke show, try to stay wrong. Just like that sun cold day jumping away. Running so fast that I up and the secret fade away in yesterday. Me and this Camino's gonna ride. Tableau gas, running so high. Run these tires out of tread. Don't know what's going on ahead. And take it on to the red line. I think it's gonna happen this time. Feel the highway moan, rattling the bones. Stand in the sunshine, make it your one. Running out of road, he says what I'm told. I don't really know where I'm from. I don't really know where I'm from. I don't really know where I'm from. Yeah. I don't really know where I'm from.
Hell yeah, man. Fantastic. 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 Mighty. Damn, I like that stuff, y'all. That's damn good. Damn good. Fantastic, y'all.
I don't know what was channeled.
Well,
Come around.
you know.
It was channeled.
You liked it too, huh? I guess. You liked it too. Yeah. He digs Whiskey Fox. You're a Whiskey Foxtrot fan now? Well,
He's part five.
they ain't looking for nobody. Trust me. They ain't looking. You sticking with me. You staying right here with me. Right here. You ain't got nowhere else to go. They don't want your ass. Anyway, so listen, I gotta ask y'all. We ask everybody up here this question. What was your craziest thing that happened on the road so far?
We got several stories. I'll
Well,
let you pick yours.
Yeah.
What's your favorite craziest moment?
Well, I guess the statute of limitations is up on this.
Oh, there's no statute. I'm still tearing shit from 20 years ago, so you're good.
I guess it's pretty mild compared to some. So, but anyway, we were playing a festival last year
Yeah.
down in Florida, and we were opening up the festival. We were the first band on the bill, so we had sound check at like 10:30 in the morning, and it's hot. It's Florida, you know. So we get to the festival and we're waiting to sound check, and nobody knows who we are because we're the first band. And Brad and I start drinking beer first thing that morning, like 10 o'clock in the morning.
like a Christian.
Yeah, like a
Right.
good Christian should. So we were feeling good by the time we took the stage at 11, and that proceeded to continue throughout the day. We were hanging out, a bunch of great bands playing, eating good food, and yeah, just kept drinking throughout the whole day. And finally, the festival's over at like 10 o'clock at night. It's like, all right, well, let's go to the bar.
You're still. I'm gonna say you're still drinking.
Oh yeah, most definitely. This is like 12 hours into it now. It's like, well, let's just go to the bar. It's like, well, yeah, all right, let's go to the bar.
Yeah.
So we get to the hotel. We're trying to clean up. It's like, I think
Yeah.
And all right, we'll go to the bar then. He's like, you sure don't want to come? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. Pass out. I wake up the next morning, like 5 in the morning, in the bathroom and stuff, and Brad's still not there. This is weird.
He's out there doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, he's probably around somewhere. I'd go back to bed and I wake up again and he still wasn't back. I was like,
Right.
"Oh,
Probably
fuck."
just at the ice machine.
Yeah. And so the basic story is we lost Brad on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like
For an hour.
yeah.
Where was it?
He was at CVS.
He's at sea.
That's right. That's where they all are. Yeah. Exactly. How about you, Seth?
I won't say the name of the bar because I don't want to give them like this the reputation
That they already have.
Right. Yeah. Well, that they bring this type of crowd or attract this type of people.
Right.
But we were playing a show and it was full band acoustic, and we're playing this Tyler Childers song, and of course everybody, you get a little alcohol in some hillbillies and they'll recognize the Tyler Childers song and
Right.
they'll start hooping and hollering, which is what you want. You know, you're
Sure.
having a good time.
Sure.
But at this certain place, it's 2 subs right in the middle, and then of course we're on stage monitors, and it's one. I wouldn't say he was skinny, but he would take up an entire car seat by himself.
If he
That's
stood
fine. Like
sideways and stuck out his tongue, he looked like a zipper.
Right? No. No.
You say he was skinny or
He was a stout.
He
oh,
was
he's a
pretty
stout
stout.
guy.
He
Okay,
would
I
be a
misunderstood.
linebacker.
I thought he was
for sure.
okay. I thought
Yeah,
you meant
yeah,
skinny
size
guy.
like
I
13
misunderstood.
shoe, like very, very, very big boy.
Gotcha.
And he had a lot of alcohol at that point, and he was a Tyler Childers fan, which is cool, right? That's
Right.
awesome. That's what
Right.
you want when
That's
you're
what you
playing a
want.
cover song, especially of an artist like Tyler Childers. And we're up there doing our thing, and he's singing along with the chorus because that's about all he can sing to.
Right.
at that point. And we get around to that second chorus, and he decides that's the good time to step up on the sub and reach for a microphone because he wants to sing.
Yeah,
But the problem was
he knows
it
the chorus.
Right, yeah. The problem was it wasn't karaoke night, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was our time to
Yeah,
sing. Right? And just so you know, when you get drunk, keep in the back of your mind, the stage, that's not your area. You don't go up there. You
No.
don't mess with that. And so he decides that, I'm going to get up in their area because I know this song and they'll probably won't mind. Well, he goes to reach for the mic, and simultaneously, I unplug, Sam already has a hand on, and we both push this dude off this sub, which is right in front of us. And he falls back, and I don't see how he didn't hurt his back or anything. Maybe he was too drunk to know. But it's like this tree thing in a piece of wood. And his back went right into that thing. And he stood up, and I don't know how he didn't fall. There was no way he couldn't
Right.
fail, but physics allowed it to where he didn't fall. And
And that's
yeah,
when you thought he might kill you.
well, that's when I thought he would get back up because we're dealing with Iron Man now.
Yeah,
Because-
exactly.
But luckily his buddy come over there, and long story short, they felt sorry.
And
so
Tony Tyler Childers isn't a fighter.
right, yeah,
Neither are
yeah.
you.
Right, exactly. But we wound up getting like a $35 Starbucks gift card. That let the next few shows be pretty good because we got Starbucks.
Hold up. We got a Starbucks gift card over
Yeah,
there?
you don't like Starbucks.
Huh?
I was actually like, me and mom, that was like our thing.
But yeah, at that point it was like, it was like, okay, so that's another factor to do with, so if you ever getting to have a good time like you should, just keep in the back of your mind the stage in your area, and the tiger's gonna bite if you get in the cage.
If the band wants you up there, they're going to ask you.
They're gonna ask.
Ain't a big tree.
Yeah.
Folks, next week, I hope you enjoyed Whiskey Foxtrot. I have thoroughly enjoyed having you fellas on. You've been fantastic. I love the music. Tell everybody where they can find you.
WhiskeyFoxtrotMusic.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff. We're bringing MySpace back. That's going to be a thing again.
Really? Y'all bringing MySpace back?
We're talking about it.
Don't, please. I don't want to have to
Man,
get on.
MySpace.
Man, you're top 8.
I don't want
You're
to.
top 8.
I don't want to have to get on another one of these damn things. Seriously.
I-
I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's driving me nuts.
Well, you ain't doing enough of it.
Folks, next week, We're going to get to the bottom of whatever is up there in the sky that people have been seeing. I got a paranormal expert on here next week, Ray.
Cool.
And I'm not even going to give his name because people will be looking him up and all that. But you're just going to have to tune in to find out what we got next week. Folks, Sam, Seth, Whiskey Foxtrot,
Right.
don't be fooled by imitator spirit. What, Ray? Oh,
The originator.
Well, hello.
The originator.
Well, hello there, Showbud. Well, my goodness. Say hey to everybody, Showbud. Oh, he missed his dad. Folks, join us next week on the Friday Night Gamble. We'll be here. We hope you will too. Catch you then.